On this edition of SUTV News, MSUM admits a mistake in the admission process.
Learn some cost-effective date ideas.
And in sports, a Bison athlete attempts to achieve All-American status.
This is SUTV News, and it starts now.
Welcome to SUTV News. I'm Kayla Reamer.
And I'm Allie Leary. Being accepted into college is an exciting milestone in the lives of many young individuals.
This week, about 200 prospective students to Minnesota State University Moorhead received a letter no one wants to get. 232 applicants received acceptance letters, yet did not meet university requirements. Automatic acceptance includes an ACT score of 21 or being in the top half of your class with a score of 17. MSUN sent out a second letter this week rescinding the acceptance of these applicants and is sending out a third letter which will admit them if they agree to take part in an academic success program.
We felt it was important that we recognize that we made a mistake here. We need to own up to that mistake, and we need to take some kind of action to try and make it good.
The university is reaching out to the affected applicants to discuss their enrollment options.
Innovation Week at NDSU announces this year's winners. The grand prize winner, Erin Nyron Erickson, won $5,000 for her test on the contaminants of heparin. But this week is about more than just a competition. SUTV's Nate Manning has more.
Innovation Week is now just a mere 4 years old, and throughout those 4 years, it gets bigger in both size and importance each year.
Our students are helping to drive that process forward. So, other than the contributions to the North Dakota economy that we see from agriculture and energy, we're seeing more and more in the technology sector.
They can have the support and the competition to help encourage their ideas, to foster teams, to encourage innovation, promote entrepreneurship, and create jobs. I mean, it's a wonderful opportunity for all involved.
Innovation Week provides a unique chance for students who aspire to be creative.
So we're here in the ideal model of a plant cell.
It's a catalyst for bringing people together to generate ideas that arguably might not have been generated otherwise. It's a call to action for those who want to enter into the entrepreneurship space.
Careers in entrepreneurship allow for jobs in sales, marketing, public relations, financial advisory, business management, etc. Innovation Week at NDSU allows for participants to pursue these jobs in entrepreneurship.
You're the real deal. You are the proof in the pudding and the icing on the cake. You are too legit to quit.
They've got all the ingredients here to see 5 years, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, successful ventures sprouting up everywhere, because this Innovation Week and this effort is really planting seeds today that will grow tomorrow.
So next year, when Innovation Week rolls around, we can expect even bigger things to happen than in 2013. Nate Manning reporting, SUTV News.
Dr. Randall Pinkett is an entrepreneur, speaker, author, and community servant. He was the Season 4 winner of The Apprentice and has starred on shows like The Today Show and Live with Regis and Kelly.
You probably know the feeling you get when you find a slip of paper placed under the windshield wiper on your car. NDSU students seem to think that the parking enforcement has it out for them. SUTV's Nicole Johnson gives a behind-the-scenes look into parking at NDSU.
Parking and Transportation Services at NDSU has only 3 full-time employees. They manage 8,500 parking spaces and issue 11,000 parking permits each year.
If we weren't out there doing what we're doing, then I think people would be a lot more upset. So it's kind of one of those things where it has to be done.
Thorson Maintenance Center gets a lot of angry students.
Don't want them to think that we have this army of enforcement officers or an army of staff that are lining up in the garage every morning to march out in the parking lots.
The parking staff makes easier parking for everyone a priority.
All of our students can purchase their permits online, don't have to come to the parking office. That if they do get a ticket, that they can pay that online. That if they disagree with the ticket and they want to appeal it, they can appeal it online.
But he also wants students to understand.
Doesn't always mean that they can park outside the front door. but we want to make sure everybody can get a parking place that wants one.
Staff at Thornton Maintenance Center are always looking to the next year.
And you know, someday the future is no permits or anything. You know, everything will be done by your license plate, and it'll just be a virtual parking permit. You know, your plate will be registered. So we are trying to employ technology.
People know them for writing them a ticket, but they handle more than just parking spaces.
We handle a lot of the bike and pedestrian issues on campus, and we're also the liaison to the MAP bus company. So we deal with the bus situation on campus as well.
Nicole Johnson reporting.
Again, our goal is to get people parked.
We're not that bad.
SU TV News.
The parking staff at NDSU are in the process of making multiple changes. They are working on developing an app for your cell phone that will allow students to purchase parking passes and pay parking tickets.
The National Weather Service today issued a revised spring flood forecast. The new forecast gives an 88% chance of the Red River reaching major flood stage in Fargo of 30 feet, the point at which a clay dike must be built along 2nd Street to protect City Hall. However, the city doesn't need to worry about throwing sandbags until the river goes above 38 feet, and the chance of that is still just around 5%. SUTV News' Jordan Fleck has more.
The rising waters of the Red River are something every area resident keeps a watch on, and snowfall during the winter makes everyone curious on its status.
The first half of the winter, we didn't have much snow, but in February, the snowfall has become very heavy, and here in the Fargo area, we had about double average snowfall in February, but more importantly is upstream from here, south of Fargo and southeast of Fargo, it was 3 and 4 times what is an average February snowfall with a high water content.
Fargo's first report showed a 6% chance of floodwaters reaching 30 feet. Now, there's a 50% chance that the floodwaters will go over 30 feet and a 25% chance over 35 feet.
And if the river gets to 30 feet, they start worrying about building a dike, a clay dike down on 2nd Street to protect City Hall. But as far as residences, as far as NDSU, there's no sandbagging or anything like that. So the term major flood suggests something more ominous than what we're probably going to have this year.
Major flooding does not mean a similar occurrence to 2009. The chance of that really depends on the weather.
2008 and 2009, and 2009 coincides with the highest, record high stage in Red River in Fargo location, which happens to be 40.84. And here's the normal. Red is the normal conditions. And the blue dark line is the current conditions.
The snowfall from last month has raised the floodwater predictions, but the city of Fargo-Moorhead are always keeping a close eye on the numbers, and residents have no need to panic.
Living with this, and our city, fortunately, got really better, and it is the best in the nation preparing for the flood.
Jordan Fleck, SU TV News.
For more information on flood maps and flood procedures, go to cityofargo.com.
As midterms come to a close, it's important to take the time to relax. We'll show you how to take advantage of your free time after this week's 7-day forecast.
Watch SU TV News on Cable One. Produced by students of Bison Information Network, we promise to bring you all the latest news and sports from the campus of North Dakota State University. Watch SU TV News on Cable One Channel 14. Brought to you in part by Stop and Go.
Hey, I'm Alex.
I'm Austin.
And I'm here to tell you about 15 on 15.
It means MAP bus arrives every 15 minutes on Route 15, from downtown
to around town. Find out more about 15 on 15 at mapbus.com.
Check it out on Facebook and Twitter, keyword MAPBus.
So fast and convenient.
There are way more than 15 reasons to check out 15 on 15.
I ride Matt Bus.
And I ride Matt Bus.
And you should too.
MSU TV News is brought to you by Stop and Go. Stop and Go. We're always there.
Welcome back to SUTV News. There are many stressors in a college student's day-to-day life, but it's important to take a break and enjoy the things campus has to offer.
SUTV News reporter Heidi Hagberg explores what NDSU students do to relax.
As a college student, it is important that college life is more than just studying, attending classes, and working a part-time job.
Co-curricular activities complement the academic experience that they're learning in the classroom, but I think there's also learning that takes place outside of the classroom.
According to this study by Teo and Panzer, the level of quality and quantity of student involvement in extracurricular activities is directly correlated to the university's retention rate and greater student success in academics.
An NDSU student, they are remarkable. They're very dedicated. They're focused. They're just not a part of something. There's that Bison pride that comes into play.
By being involved in extracurricular activities, it allows you to gain hands-on experience, broaden your social and professional network, and improve your leadership skills.
So I'm involved in student government. So through that, I work with both like the politics, law side, and I'm their public relations coordinator. So between pre-law club, PRSSA, and student government, I have actual like PR experience. I've written press releases, I've gotten them out there, like I've been quoted in the media. So it's something that they can see that I've actually put my coursework to use and that I actually have some like real world experience coming out of college, which I think some students, when they're not involved, miss.
Whether it's to play a game of pool, attend a professional conference, or challenge your friends to a pickup game of hockey, it is important to take your mind off of schoolwork. So take the time this week to set aside the rigorous schoolwork and enjoy the mental and physical benefits. This is Heidi Hagberg reporting for SUTV News.
NDSU has over 250 student organizations and endless opportunities to get involved on campus, so there is something to fit anyone's interests.
The time all students have looked forward to has finally arrived. North Dakota State University's spring break kicks off this weekend. As many students begin their spring vacation, some are utilizing an important piece of travel information, a passport. NDSU's Bison Card Center is able to take pictures that are formatted for passports. As the photo prints, it shades each pigment separately, and the end result is a fully colored image.
They don't have to run around and try to find where they can get the picture, because a picture it's specific. White background, 2 inches by 2 inches, head, a certain way in the picture, and we can do that, and then we can do it on campus.
The cost is $10 for 2 prints and an additional 2 prints for $5.
College students are always looking for ways to save money, and there's no exception when it comes to date night. But where can students go and have fun and still save money? SUTV's Bryn Nelson talked to students for some ideas.
Dates are stressful for many reasons, but one way to reduce stress is by going somewhere that doesn't bust your budget. One NDSU student suggests Spicy Pie or Jitter's Coffee Shop on 12th Avenue.
I think that's kind of a classic place to go. It's simple and right across the street from campus.
After you've eaten on campus, you can walk over to the Memorial Union, where they offer a variety of events.
I think even going to the MU events that they have here, like you get the free movie and they have popcorn sometimes.
The MU events offer more than just movies.
Pillowcase making, and there was birdhouse making last year, and I went there and made 3 birdhouses.
Go downstairs to the basement of the Union for interactive games. The Rec Center offers specials every day of the week.
Who don't have a car, can't go anywhere. I mean, they have the Memorial Union to go play pool in or something, and it's just really fun to come and hang out, maybe grab supper.
Other students offer advice for off-campus ideas.
I would say sporting events, because they're easy to talk about and something is going on, so you don't necessarily have to be totally one-on-one the entire time.
Fargo has multiple sporting events to attend, including the Fargo Force, Red Hawks, and roller derby.
If you're into the sports, though, you could go play hockey. I've done that a couple times with some friends.
If sports aren't your thing, you can catch a movie at the Safari Theater in Moorhead, then grab a bite to eat right across the street.
It's really fun. They show movies that were just previously in the new theaters, so you can catch up and go to like 3 movies for, you know, $10.
And if all else fails,
Taco Bell, it's usually where I go.
Bryn Nelson reporting, SU TV News.
There is always a little stress when it comes to dating. By taking these students' advice, you can hopefully limit that stress and enjoy your date.
Well, as midterms roll around, many college students are relying on caffeine to stay awake while studying. While it carries some benefits like increased alertness and short-term memory, it may actually do more harm than good. Researchers at Johns Hopkins Hospital cite addiction as one major side effect of consuming excessive caffeine, something many don't associate with beverages like coffee or tea. Consistent intake adjusts your body's level of normal function, so when you're not drinking caffeine, your ability to perform basic tasks is diminished. This causes dependency, which results in a mild
addiction. So I don't
addiction.
normally want college students to rely on caffeine to provide energy for studying, particularly during this midterm time frame. It can cause some wear and tear on their vasculature, it can cause some wear and tear on their heart. Not to mention when you spike, when you get really high, then guess what happens? You crash. And so that's not good brain food. It's not a great way to study.
Brown suggests drinking only 1 or 2 cups of coffee a day and staying far away from energy drinks. She offers eating well and exercising regularly as alternative means to achieving natural energy. Well, students are preparing for a competition that puts skills learned in class to the test. That's next on SU TV News.
Jitters is your home for quality coffee drinks. Whether you crave an espresso, iced coffee, mocha, or macchiato, Jitters has just what you need. Now featuring breakfast foods like caramel rolls, bagels, and more, be sure to get your day started right. Located on 12th Avenue North, Jitters has a friendly, relaxed atmosphere with Wi-Fi capability to get all of your studying done on time. Get your fix only at Jitters.
Watch SU TV News on Cable One. Produced by students of Bison Information Network, we promise to bring you all the latest news and sports from the campus of North Dakota State University. Watch SU TV News on Cable One Channel 14. Brought to you in part by Stop and Go.
Hey, I'm Alex.
I'm Austin.
And I'm here to tell you about 15 on 15.
It means MapBus arrives every 15 minutes on Route 15, from downtown
to around town. Find out more about 15 on 15 at mapbus.com.
Check it out on Facebook and Twitter, keyword MapBus.
It's so fast and convenient.
There are way more than 15 reasons to check out 15 on 15.
I ride MapBus.
And I ride MapBus.
And you should too.
Welcome back to SUTV News. NDSU advertising students dare to compete.
As the national competition in Minneapolis for Ad Club members nears, NDSU students are cracking down. Ad Club members crunching deadlines while preparing a campaign to present at this year's national competition. This year, students are expected to create a promotional strategy to encourage the relationship between Walmart and Glendon Paint. Many members are going into this competition with very high hopes.
I'm very proud of them. They've done a wonderful job. I think that they will show well. I hope, of course, that we place, but my biggest goal is just for them to look good in front of the judges. And a lot of the schools are strong, and sometimes any team can be a winner. and be unexpectedly good, so we kind of have to keep our game up and expect anything to happen.
The COM 476 students will compete against several schools throughout the Midwest April 12th and 13th at the University of Minnesota in St. Paul.
It seems the one thing almost every college student can agree on is the importance of pizza in the young adult diet.
But out of many pizza venues in Fargo's, who makes the pizza that Bison cannot get enough of? This week for Sidewalk Stampede, we set out to learn which place is the best pizzeria in town.
I really like Rhombus Guys because I like all of the different options they have.
Pizza Patrol because it delivers super duper late.
I'd have to say Rhombus Guys because they're just really awesome. They've got all sorts of great flavors and use really fresh ingredients and just absolutely delicious.
I'd say my favorite is probably Dwayne's because it has small pieces. It's more filling.
Well, I'd have to say my favorite is Pizza Patrol. I love their cheesy breadsticks.
Well, I really love spicy pie. Now joining us now is sports director Jake Cheetah.
Thanks, Kayla. A huge weekend ahead for Bison Athletics as 4 postseason competitions will all be going on. The details on this and more when we return with SUTV Sports.
Jitters is your home for quality coffee drinks. Whether you crave an espresso, iced coffee, mocha, or macchiato, Jitters has just what you need. Now featuring breakfast foods like caramel rolls, bagels, and more, be sure to get your day started right. Located on 12th Avenue North, Jitters has a friendly, relaxed atmosphere with Wi-Fi capability to get all of your studying done on time. Get your fix only at Jitters.
Your campus, your news, your sports, your way. SUTV 84. When you're on the go, we're always there. When you need your campus updates, we have them your way. Bison sports updates, campus news. And when you have a second, we're always there. Stay updated, catch highlights. But when you need your biggest news,
this is an SUTV News Update, brought to you by the NDSU Bookstore. This is SUTV News, and it starts now.
your campus station, SUTV 84.
We're Force fans because we love coming to the games. It's very affordable and the whole family enjoys it.
We're Force fans because we enjoy coming to the Force games. It gives us something to do and look forward to every week.
This is Force Hockey.
SUTV News is a production of the Bison Information Network in conjunction with North Dakota State University's Department of Communication Broadcast Program. For more information, go to www.ndsubin.com.
The season is over and the conference tournament has arrived for the Bison men's basketball team. NDSU has earned the 3 seed and will play the 6-seeded Kansas City in the opening round. The Bison have played Kansas City twice this year and came away with a victory both times, holding the Kangaroos to an average of 39 points. But the Bison know victories at the Summit League tournament are tough to come by, having lost in the first round each of the past 3 seasons. Even with the recent struggles, players know this year could be different and have high hopes.
We look forward to it every year, get a chance to get into the NCAA tournament. That's the goal every year, so it probably is our favorite time of year.
I'm very anxious with the struggles we've had in the last couple of years, you know. Nobody on this team has won down there, so, you know, I think we're all very determined and focused to go down there and win a couple games.
The Bison will take on the Roos in the final game of the first round Sunday, March 10th at 8:30 p.m. Well, the women's basketball team will also be heading down to Sioux Falls for the Summit League tournament. It will be the last Summit League tournament for 5 seniors, including Katie Burkle and Danny DeGagne. Holly Johnson and Morena Whittle will be making their first appearance. The women have lost 4 straight Summit League tournament games and have never won the title. The Bison will take on third-ranked University of South Dakota. NDSU and South Dakota split the 2 games they played earlier this season, with the Bison winning the most recent in Vermilion. The Bison men's track and field team will be sending an athlete to the NCAA Indoor Championships. Junior Andy Lilliard will head to Fayetteville, Arkansas this weekend to compete in the heptathlon. Lilliard qualified for the championships by winning the Summit League tournament with a score of 5,661 points. He ranks number 10 of the 16 qualifiers for the tournament. If Lilliard can place in the top 8 or higher, he will be the second Bison ever to reach the first-team All-American status.
One event at a time, try to focus on my cues to hit a good mark in that specific event, and that's about all that you can do, really.
You know, obviously, I think that's the goal for Andy to get it, get in the top 8 and be a first-team All-American.
The heptathlon is 7 events, including the 60-meter dash, 60-meter hurdles, high jump, long jump, pole vault, shot put, and 1,000-meter run. The NDSU wrestling team will take an undefeated conference record into the NCAA West Regional this weekend in Wyoming. This tournament is also the postseason Western Wrestling Conference Championships. The Bison claimed their first regular season title this year. The Bison have never finished higher than 3rd in the Western Regional. 7 wrestlers ended the season in the top 30 in their weight class. All of these wrestlers could qualify for the national tournament with first-place finishes this weekend. Senior Trent Sprinkle and junior Stephen Monk led the way, being ranked 14th and 5th, respectively. The tournament begins at 1 p.m. with the finals scheduled to start at 7 p.m. Live video and bracket can be found at trackwrestling.com or by following the link at gobison.com. NDSU Athletics will premiere United We Rise 2012 Bison Football, a feature reliving the 2012 Bison Football Championship season. The hour-long film will be shown for the first time this Friday, March 15th at 7 p.m. in the Fargo Theater. Tickets for the event are $10 and are available at the BSA, gobison.com, or at the Fargo Theater. The DVD will be available for pre-order immediately following the premiere and can be purchased for $25. A lot of exciting news for the Bison, trying to claim multiple championships this season.
And all events can be followed on gobison.com.
We'll find out how baked goods did some good for Madison Elementary after the break.
More than 400 million people use Facebook to stay connected with family, friends, and colleagues, in addition to the millions of others who use Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, and Flickr for networking purposes. While Facebook and other social media sites are great tools to help you connect with friends and build networks, you should also be aware of the potential dangers associated with using these tools. So, let's talk tech. First of all, always be mindful of what you and your friends are posting online. Nothing online is private, no matter what security settings a website may boast. Anything posted online stays online. So take time to consider what you and your friends are putting online before you post it. For example, do you want your potential employers or your current boss to see embarrassing pictures that your friends have posted? There is also the question of how much information should you disclose on a social media site. Posting too much personal information could lead to lost job opportunities, harassment, internet stalking, and identity theft. Don't publicize information that the public doesn't need to know. Finally, you should think about who you want to see those things you've posted online. By evaluating the appropriateness of the privacy settings on your social media site, it is recommended that you customize your settings such that only your close friends can see your personal information, such as your home address, email, and phone numbers. Ideally, this information should not even be online. Additionally, social media networks frequently update their security protocols, so be sure to review and update your security settings regularly. With these precautions, you will be well on your way to enjoying a safe and secure social networking experience.
Students, faculty, and staff could smell it while walking to class through the Union. Delicious baked goods are for a great cause. The College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences held a bake sale at the Memorial Union. Everything from cupcakes to puppy chow were sold for under $1. The proceeds will go to buying snacks for students at Madison Elementary. Donations are also being accepted in the Dean's office in Putnam Hall for those who can't make the sale. Well, thank you for watching this edition of SUTV News.
Be sure to pick up a copy of The Spectrum and check us out on Facebook or Twitter.
Have a great night.